Thank you all for coming tonight and celebrating the McGlinn Fiction Prize winner with us. It's part of our Fiction Palooza, or whatever we should call it, push to publish. I'm so excited to be here tonight, and I'm slightly delirious, so please forgive me. First, I would like to say, I'd like to thank Rosemont College, although I think my boss is gone, but I'm still going to say thank you anyway.
Raise your hand.
No, he's gone. I'm really grateful that the college allows us to do this. It's really wonderful for us. It's been a great experience. Philadelphia Stories has been partnering with Rosemont long before I was the program director here, so we're really grateful for their support. I also want to thank the Hansma and McGlinn families for their generous support of the prize. It's been a terrific experience. God, every year I get like this, Tom. This is your fault. I miss Marguerite every year. I mean, I miss her a lot, and she was a wonderful person, and she was a terrific member of the Philadelphia Stories family, and we're just honored. Christine and I know I'm saying this on behalf of both of us. Christine and I met her in a writers group, and she really meant a lot to us, and we're really happy to be able to award this prize every year in her name. She was a special person, and this is a special prize, and this is something that we're glad that we can continue to do every year. Am I forgetting anything other? Okay. I'm sorry, it's been really... We started this last Saturday at Collingswood Book Festival, so it's been a long week. I'd like to introduce Michael Martone to you now. He was our contest judge, and he's been on campus. And I wish I had, I do have like formal bios of him, but in Michael's fashion, I want to tell a little story about him. He did a workshop this afternoon where he told everyone the history of the word cliche. And he told us it would make great cocktail party information. And so a couple of us who were in the workshop were talking to a couple people who were not in the workshop. And they said, you know who did tell you this story, right? It was Michael Martone, who pretty much makes up everything, right? Are you sure this is true? And we looked at each other, and it kind of hadn't occurred to us that he might have made it up. Because it was a really good story. And I really enjoyed being able to tell it. And so, of course, we did exactly what everybody does and what we talked about all afternoon. We all whipped out our smartphones and looked it up. And he wasn't bullshitting us, so I'm happy to say. But we did check up on you. We did fact check you, Michael.
You are going to share it. Yeah, right.
No, you have to hear it from Michael. It's a printer's term, and we were like, anyway. So I'm happy to introduce Michael Martone. I'm so thrilled he's been able to come back to campus and visit us again and share his really wonderful and unique spin on writing and writing life with the Philadelphia Stories family and the Rosemont family. He's written 12 books. They're all wonderful and fantastic, and you should buy them. So I'm just going to shill for him, right? You like that? Yeah. I've had a little, well, anyway. So please welcome Michael Martone.
All for being here, and thank you, the family, for this great evening, great event. I was very lucky to have been asked to judge things. I like judging things. I like reading things. I'm not so much interested in a kind of vertical idea of judging, but more a kind of horizontal idea. I think we have to protect ourselves often from going vertical, but being horizontal, and looking at entering a sort of text with a great deal of curiosity as opposed to judgment, especially now that so many of us are actually practicing the art within a university where that's sort of the business of the university, you know. But to try to resist that and just be open to things, open to the possibility of things. And I give that line to my students. My students aren't buying that. They say, no, tell me if this is good or bad. No, it's just this is very interesting what you're doing. So I finally I finally wrote some rules, because writers, have rules, and I actually did a book called Rules of Thumb, where I ask writers to identify what it is that makes something good for them. And of course, the whole thing turned out that no one agreed on that. Everybody had a different idea of what was good or bad. But one of my rules is ring. The alarm clock went off. Never start a story with that. And another one is no card playing. Again, just something, unless it's euchre. I'm from Indiana, so you can play euchre. Another one is be sure to repeat and repeat. And then finally, I sum up, I only have really one rule, and that is don't do anything half-assed. Commit to your obsession. And I think what struck me about this story, and you're going to read part of the story that you're about to hear, is that it is a kind of story that does commit that way. You're not half-assed. That it is also a kind of worry, or what I like to think of as a transition object. Do we know what a transition object is? Yeah. I mean, it's if you have kids, you want their transition objects to be something like on their body. You don't want them to be a pacifier or a blankie, because those have to be washed or replaced. No, you want. My son loved to pull his ear. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I like to have this little whisker right here. I bet if I waited long enough and I looked at all of you, I could see, your little someone's shaking their leg, that thing. When a story has that kind of energy, when it's working a problem or working a story, when it's obsessed and it goes around and around, I'm really attracted to that. And there's a certain kind of worry, I think, in her story that I hope you'll find attractive too. The Greeks actually have worry beads. And have you ever seen the kumbaloi? There's your cocktail party chatter for tonight. Kumbaloi. And if you are in Greece, you'll see usually, men and women, they'll be, always talking. They'll always have something in their hand. And if they don't have the kumbaloi, they'll actually have keys. They'll just be working that, just worrying it. And I don't mean by anxious worry. I mean like a way the dog worries a bone. I love that use of the word worry. So, no worries. It'll be a great story. So if you'll introduce our winner, we'll go from there.